Hello, dear yarn lovers out there. Doug here from Albuquerque, New Mexico, with a short episode about something special that I thought might be interesting for some of you out there. I personally am always very interested in how other people organize their stash and yeah, all the knitting related things. And so I thought I wanted to share with you my new system of leftovers of yarn because it was going kind of out of hand over the years with what I did with the leftovers. I never get rid of all of my yarn leftovers, but they were, let me show you, in this giant bin. I mean, it's not giant, but it's a big bin, and I've already started reorganizing. So this bin was full, and now there's different stuff in here. But what I had was little baggies with leftovers and kind of like quickly scribbled notes on what the project came from, what project they came from. And with the bin being so full, I thought this is not a good way of organizing everything. So I will get back to you with how this has ended once I'm finished. And I am indeed getting to the end of this. And what prompted me to get this going is maybe you remember 2 episodes back, I had talked about my Birds of a Feather shawl, the yellow version. I have a pink and a yellow version. And the yellow one that I had brought back from the yarn store had a tiny, what do you want to call it, like where it was torn at the edge. And I mean, it has been handled probably by a lot of people. It does not look like moths, fingers crossed. But I had to look for the yarn that I had kept to get that fixed, and I have it fixed, and I did find the yarn, and like I said, I will show you my new system once I'm completely finished. See you then. Okay, and here we go. 3, 2, 1, bam. Hello, and I am back. I'm really excited to have managed to find a new system for my leftover yarns, and I wanted to show you the end result. For me, it feels like, well, it was 2 days. Whereas for you, it's back to back. I'm gonna edit this. And I wanted to show you how I am doing the organization of my leftover yarns. Maybe you don't keep any leftovers, and that is completely fine. But in case you're interested, because I'm such a nerd when it comes to organization, I thought I'd show you what I have come up with at this point, and it may change at any given time. I managed to put in all the leftovers in 2 boxes that I am getting from, and no, I am just a loyal customer from the Container Store. These are, I believe, shoe size, shoe storage, which, who does that? Do you? No judgment at all. But yeah, I'm really happy. So I have 2 boxes. One of them is for, no, let's start this way. This is the box for all the leftovers from shawls. And if you say, hey, that's not that many, true. Some shawls are already gone. like the aster that I gifted my friend, and so there's no leftovers for that, and others that are gone. And this is all the other stuff that I have made, sweaters, hats, and in the front is the cowl, and that's what I'm going to use to show you how I label everything. This is the amount that I keep in here, and I wind it on my hand just a couple of times, maybe 10 times. And then this is what I write on here. And this is also important because that's how I sort the leftovers by year. So the newest, the latest finished is going to be in the front. This is, by the way, a snack size bag, zipper bag. And what I've come to do, and I started off kind of inconsistent, and then I found out that this is what I want. I want the name that the project has on Ravelry, and underneath is the name of the pattern, the way the pattern designer has named it. And I'm going to show you an example of, because here it doesn't apply because that was my pattern. Oh yes, here we go. Excuse me. This is the Blue Virginia flax, because I bought the yarn in Virginia. And so what's on here is then Felix Cardigan by Amy Christophers. And in the back I have, because I had a lot of labels, I have had one floating around, so I stuck the label in here. And I do have labels also in my knitting notebook. And then yet again, a generous amount of leftover yarn in case I need to repair something. And really that's about it, because I don't put the colorway name on here. Just really the main thing is the year and the project name. And I have started also in the process of this, because I had to look up stuff, I have named, I have given projects for the year that they were finished in. I have added a hashtag because I think in the long run that's going to be nice. So I have Knit Dog Knit and the year. So I am not at all done with this, but I thought it's kind of like a neat thing to get going. And in case you're interested, I have found my oldest leftovers, which I thought kind of cool. And that is from a project that I finished in 2008 when I knitted a bag. And I do still have that bag that I made with Noro yarn. Yeah, isn't that funny? Good. You're going to say, oh, but what did you do with your leftover yarn? No, let's finish up here. So I will write that on the box, on the front of the box. Project leftovers, shawls, project leftovers, other. So that's already good and pretty much done, except for that. But you're going to say, hey, that was a lot of yarn. Where did it go? Yes, it did not go away. And that's the sad part, because I still got to take care of that. But I did have one large bin of kind of like a mix of all kinds of yarns that I have considered to use for Duke City Mitts. And that box is now pretty full. For now, really not sorted at all, but yeah. yeah, if I need smaller amounts, just one ball of yarn or something, that's where I'm going to go. But hand dyed, not in here. I have one bin of Zia Wool's yarns, that leftovers that I'm considering, you know, I gift minis for anyone who orders my yarns. And so I'm still, at some point I'm gonna make some mini skeins from what I'm keeping all of this, okay? But that's a nice thing to send out with any yarn orders. And then I have this, which is kind of like a more fancy collection of yarns, leftovers. I shouldn't say not all. Shouldn't say all hand dyed, because I do have a little bit of shibui in here, and that is lace. But yeah, or for example, socks for my daughter, but I would not fix these socks, and that's why they're not even in the equation with these two bins. Yes, and that is it, my friends. I'm going to see you again soon with the UFO episode. Bye.